Hey guys, I'm Charlie Ferer, and thanks for watching this video. We're going to be going through the delivery of this GTR.
Cold start.
First off, I really want to thank Jeff and Callie. So Jeff and Callie are in Utah, and they have their own Instagram that's called Charlie Ventures, and they do amazing work with some of their modded cars that they do. So they're very much like me and not keeping anything stock. So they bought this car on Bring a Trailer in spring of 2022, I think, and 4,400 miles. It now has 8,800 miles on it. And right off the bat, they knew they're going to do the Carbonerre Widebody kit. And what makes it super unique, Pejak, and I'm probably not pronouncing his name right, Carbonerre, they're from Poland, and he builds the Carbonerre kits. And you see a lot of them with the GT cars and GTS cars, but not really in the R model, because the R is a lot more expensive of a car. You have carbon fiber, fender wells and things like that, that probably not a lot of people are going to want to cut into. So this is the only USA made Carbonerre here in America. Took Pejak a little bit longer to do the body because everything's a little bit wider for the front and back. And even where you see the exhaust outlets compared to the normal GT or GTS cars, they're usually on the outside. This is more in the center. With that being said, it took them a while getting the bodywork from him, and they got it this spring of 2023, and he took this car on Utah Motorsports track, and then when he was done with the body, they took it to the track again, and it did a lap times 10 seconds faster a lap. Huge difference. He says the downforce alone helped tremendously in just keeping the car planted, especially the rear end of the car. It is a mid-front engine car, so the back can get a little happy with, 600 horsepower, 500 horsepower. And so the downforce truly does work really well. And you'll see in our upcoming video with it at DynoComp, when we have it on a lift, you'll see all the support and everything that's done to the car. The control arms, this has larger control arms. So they did use the same stock tire sizes, front and back. And the control arms just bring out the tires to the correct point to match the wide body. So this isn't somebody that just threw a wide body on and did wider rims. They truly did a great job in building this car correctly. And that's the only reason why I chose to buy this car from them. Everything they did was meticulously done. The longer steel braided brake lines, the control arms, having it set up properly for stance. You could drive it, it's not too low. Suspension works totally fine. They didn't mod any of the suspension. And it just is amazing car. It drives the same as my RENNtech. You can't tell it's a wide body. There's no creaks and any weird noises or anything. Funny story with them is when I brought the car to dyno comp and we did a baseline dyno, it was running less horsepower than stock. It was only running 382 horsepower. And he still did 10 seconds faster a lap. And he thought it was just because of the downforce why it didn't feel as fast in a straight line. Well, it was when they removed the stock titanium muffler, what happened was when you remove those flaps, you won't get a code on your dash, and it won't show if you hook up into your ECU for like a code reader. It won't show until you do, I guess, mapping or dyno mapping on it. And we'll go into that in greater detail for those of you that are thinking of removing your exhaust and just bring it to a regular shop that's going to cut it and do pipes. You're really going to need to know that because it's going to definitely change the horsepower of your car without putting any codes up. Save that for the next video. We'll go in greater detail on that. So I'm really excited for you guys to see that video. It's going to be some crazy numbers of what we've done with the car and what we added to the car. So we'll save that for you. We aren't going to talk horsepower numbers in this one. So for delivery of the car, like I was saying, we were talking to Jeff and Callie. I told her through the build process, if you guys ever consider selling the car, please give me the opportunity to make an offer or purchase it first before anybody else. And we've been talking on and off before I even purchased my RENNtech GT R. And they're like, no, they're loving the car. They're just getting it built and Jeff's enjoying it. And so they only put 1,000 miles on the car since the build. So they bought with 4,400, had about 7,800 on it before the project was done. And then once the project was completed, they put about 1,000 miles on it. So the car is also going to get a new livery. And since it doesn't have any paint protection film on the car, instead of me just doing a paint protection clear film, we're going to have a really big surprise for you guys. And a little hint, we're using the Mercedes Formula One team colors for the livery. You're going to be super pumped when you see it. That'll be a separate video than the dyno video too. But I want to say personal thanks to Callie and Jeff for giving me the opportunity to get it. I am thrilled to have it. It met all my expectations. The paint, everything fit and finish is perfect. I'm really, really happy with the car. The wheels just blow me away. It just makes everything that they did to the car made perfect sense. Even for the muffler delete, they did all titanium for the exhaust. Stunning. The car for an R, so you know, does come with a stock titanium exhaust. So it just makes sense to continue that through the back where they deleted the muffler system. What else can we talk about the car?
Want to pop the hood? Take a look under it?
Yeah, let's do that. And the car does have the option of the carbon ceramic brakes. That's like a $9,000 option. They don't come standard with the R. A lot of people think they do, but they don't.
I would have figured they do.
You would think so, yeah, for the window sticker, yes. Yeah. But as you can see, it is a mid-front engine. The front of the motor is actually right here, and like your front axle will be here, and the control arm's here. So you can see why the weight distribution and why for GT3 class and GT4 class, why this car does so well and why it handles so incredibly well on the track and street. Not only for the R, having the four-wheel steer, it even enhances that more. It feels so compact and feels so light and nimble, and just how well it corners in, comes into the turns, out of the turns because of that four-wheel steering. It's just really, really impressive. It looks like a really big car. It is sort of intimidating when you first get in it because of the long front end, but once you drive it, it is just a dream to drive. So, what else can we talk about it?
The wheels are killer. They just look stunning. Like when I first saw this car, that's what stuck out at me so much.
So I'm good friends with Dan at Vivid Racing. Dan has a shop here in Tempe, which is about 30 minutes from where I live. And he also has a great family. Kids ride motocross. I ride motocross. We have a lot in common, and a great businessman, has had that company for ages. I was fortunate enough to tour his shop in the past, and he just has a really good facility. And he's the one that did these wheels for Jeff. The fronts are a one-piece forged 19 front, and the rears are a three-piece forged, of course. So they're still lightweight, and what's great too is we're running the same tire sizes as stock. All because you go with wide body, it doesn't mean you should run wider tires. You still want to keep the performance and handling. Mercedes is really, really good at knowing exactly what they should be running for parameters for their performance of their vehicles. And that's one of the reasons why Jeff and Callie did not change that as well. A big, big plus for how the car performs. We are running 888Rs. They're a great tire. If the car was quiet, you'd hear, like I had them on my 720, and you definitely hear the tire noise more, but for how good the tire performs, especially in a straight line as well as just a track performing car, it just does a really, really good job. My other option would be going to a cup tire. So the Michelin cups are probably my next choice. If I burn through these, maybe I'll do the Cup 2s. I probably won't do the Cup 2Rs because this car, I already have a race car, so I don't need a track-oriented car. Everybody's like, man, I can't wait for you to get this on the track. Honestly, I probably won't take it on the track because I already have a race car that I absolutely love. This car is going to be for doing fun drives, cars and coffees, take it to work, maybe take it to dinner on occasion, things like that. And that's really what this car is going to be here for. It's a really special car. I love that it's the only one in the U.S. And just the overall ownership of having now, this is like my third Mercedes that I have and own. I just love the brand. They did a killer job with this car, and we'll show you in the next video when it's at Dyno Comp, when it's up on the lift, all the little things that separates the R from the S in the regular GT cars. But I hope you like this video. Stay tuned, subscribe for next video coming up, and we'll probably post that the following week from now. And that will be for us at Dyno Comp with this on the dyno for pre and post dyno tune and what we did to it. Thanks for watching.